Hi, and welcome again to another episode of Natural Bliss Podcast. I'm your host, Joyce Wheeler. And, Mother's Day is coming up real soon. So you're going to want to go ahead and get your mom some great organic skincare products, or maybe some shungite for protection against the electromagnetic field. I just started a new service. I've been into oracle cards and found out that I have very good intuition when it comes to reading them. So if you go to majestictarot.com, you can check out the oracle cards. Or if you want to buy products, you go over to Heavenly Bodies Wellness and check that out. And there are gift cards available too. So if you don't want to know what to get mom, just snatch up a gift card. So today I have with me Aryo. He is an author, inventor, and architectural designer. He has over 34 years of progressive experience in architectural and interior design. He has helped almost 1,000 clients put style into their lifestyle. His focus is to solve homeowners' problems when it comes to renovating or building their dream homes. Architecture is a combination of art and engineering, and Aryo adds philosophy and psychology into the process to create harmony, functionality, and beauty in homes that stand the test of time. He loves to spend time with his family and travel as many places as he can, but his passion is to design extraordinary homes for extraordinary people. He loves outside the box thinking and stays away from routine and cookie cutting approaches. His mission is to motivate his clients to build environmental friendly homes. His creative design designs how people find peace within themselves and create a sanctuary so they can enjoy their life. A healthy life starts from a healthy home. Aryo, welcome to the show.
Exactly. Thank you. Thanks for having me, Joyce.
So this is kind of a different topic, interior design and even architecture. And how did you get into incorporating the philosophy and psychological aspects into your work and what you do?
See, I worked for many different people in my life, as we mentioned, almost 1,000 people for different walk of life. And I've noticed they all have something in common. When you want to design a house or build a home or something, or even decorate your condo or even in your rental place, what you want to achieve. Either you want to get a better standard of your lifestyle, or you want to get in create a sanctuary for yourself, or you want to increase your sometimes people they want to increase their value of their home, or even living with their family member. Whatever reason it is, you're trying to get from one stage of your life to the next stage. And I have to explain this answer with a more philosophical point of view. There are some two words in Persian culture. They called aramesh and asayish. Aramesh is mental peace, how you feel comfortable in your mindset, and asayish is your physical peace, your comfort. Your comfort cannot be achieved without your aramesh.
Right.
There are so many people in the world. All we are trying to get asayish in our life. We all trying to get physical comfort in our life. But if you don't have that aramesh in your life, this cannot be achieved. So these two, they're really related to each other. I see a lot of wealthy people in the world that they're all fighting so hard to get to that physical comfort. But if they don't have that aramesh or that mental peace, they're just still struggling all their life. So what I try to do is first find out how I can give the gift of finding who you are as a person, so you can find the peace, mental peace and mind peace in yourself. So then when they design something for you, that comfort can give you that mental peace as well, that tranquility, that place that you can feel home. There's a place that you can call house. There's a place you can call home. Not everybody who's living in a house, living in a home. And my job is not to design houses or condos. My job is to create homes. And how I can do that by first finding what satisfies you as a person, what motivates you in a person and in a life, how you can, what is your goals in general in your life, how you can achieve those goals. And see, there's so many people hire, either they have self-motivated or hire a coach to get to the point that they can have that desire, daily morning, daily activities or routines to become a better version of themselves, either in their work or their family relationship or whatever their goal is. But that routine that their coach is offering them, it needs daily force to them to make sure that they are following the coach's guidelines. So I try to do the same thing, but with the 4 elements that I offer in my design. The 4 elements are sound, air quality, color and shapes. Color can be combined with the light as well. So these 4 elements are the ones that we see, we touch, we feel every single day, and how we can create an ambiance, an environment in a home, a room, a workplace, that these 4 elements can always motivate us or encourage us for a better version of ourselves. So these are very tricky questions. So I know you're maybe been in a restaurant that has some theme restaurants, for example. They have like either musical theme or I don't know, historical theme or something like that. And you choose which of these themes are speaking to your soul, and you go there and have not only your meal, but even it feeds your body and it feeds your soul. You enjoy being there. There's some like car enthusiasts. They go to a place that they're a restaurant or a bar or a common area that they have that kind of theme in their place. So I try to use that mentality and bring that to your living space.
It's very interesting that you mentioned the restaurant, because there's a restaurant here. It's a Mexican restaurant. And the decor, everything that's in there, it screams Mexico. The music, the music.
Memories of Mexico.
It was, I don't know, because something happened and somebody else took it over. So I have not been there since that had happened, but I am hoping that they didn't change the interior.
Okay.
Because it was very quaint. I mean, like the backs of the chairs, they were wooden, and they had like pictures. Each chair had a different picture painted on it from Mexico. And it is still a Mexican restaurant, just other people took it over.
Okay.
But they created like this very inviting, an environment like what you're talking about. It's someplace you want to go, someplace you want to be.
The same thing is some people's home, you want to be there and you don't feel tired. You just, for example, we have a problem in our house. I don't know what I did in my own house, but then we have visitors, they don't want to leave. They just sit and talk for hours and then hours and hours. Sometimes you get tired, you got to go work tomorrow or something like that. It has some feeling for our visitors that they just want to stay and talk. Right. So there's places that you feel comfortable to stay. There are some places that there's some energy. There's some energy in the air that you don't feel comfortable to stay longer. Right. Some stores, even some Walmart stores I go, either it's in the air, the way that the lighting works, or the noise factor, or whatever it is, you just don't want to stay there for so long. So these are all effect of those 4 elements that I was talking about in our life.
Yeah, I know there's some stores I go into, or even some places I go, restaurants even, some restaurants that I've gone into where the music is just so loud, and they place you right by a speaker. And it's like, I'm sitting across from somebody, and my son, this is a perfect example. We went out to eat recently, and they put us by the speaker. Well, my son, my youngest son, he's very soft spoken.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He doesn't speak very loud. So I'm like, what? I'm like, I can't hear you. But to him, he feels like if he speaks any louder, he's screaming.
Yeah. So in general, what I'm talking to you about is, okay, I wrote a book about, my book name is Beyond Ages. A smooth transition to independent living. And what is I'm talking about is especially for baby boomers who are aging, and they're trying to, or either in the future they're going to be retired, or they're going to be empty nesters who want to do some changes in their life, or the changes are coming, they want to be prepared for that. We cannot let everything to the last minute. We should have to have a plan ahead. Actually, that's a book, and become a bestseller in Amazon. And in this book, I explained how the aspects, how you can change your living space to make it suitable. There are some physical aspects which, for example, the door size, the doorknob, the shapes in a bathroom, what kind of things you gotta use. These are like standard things that you gotta take care of. And there are some stories that how I help some other clients to achieve what they want. Sometimes some of I had a client who wanted to have his mom to live with them, to raise their kids together with the grandma, to have the joy of the family and all that kind of things. There's so many different storytelling that I had from my past experiences. At the same time, I come to the more holistic view of how each elements that I was talking about can affect. Like, for example, why it's important to have either a pet or a plant in your living space, that and speaking to them. And especially these days that we are living in a distanced relationships after the COVID, it is really important to have those relationship with objects and our animals. It feeds our soul. And the general effect would be so great that when you get older in your life, you don't lose confidence. We are trying to work on our brain and our mindset, that we are healthy as individual, and we have to keep our body and our mind and our mental health as healthy as possible. And that we cannot rely on industrial system that they are trying to make us addicted to the programs that they're offering through the marketing, through advertisements, through product that they're producing. We are born healthy, and we have to keep our body and mind healthy as well. And there are so many ways to do that I explain in the book, and I hope that you will enjoy it when you're reading it.
So what are the chapters in the book?
There are 10 chapters. As I mentioned, they're like, I already explained some of the things that I'm talking about in the book, like the ambiance that creates that, or let's say, for example, what is causing, when you go to a place, it has a negative energy, and how the negative energy can be accumulated in that room, or how that negative energy can later on hunt you down, and when you stay in that place for so long, even though you're trying to increase your vibration, your high level of your brainwave and your energy, but because of that place is in an older style, they would call haunted, or like ghost or something. But this is all energy we're talking about. This exists around us. And if we circulate the energy and bring it positive energy through ourselves, or through material or objects that we bring it, because everything has a vibration. Everything vibrates, and it depends on the level of vibration. that combination of the vibration of the objects, the combination of our electromagnetic energy that we produce in our mind, they will combine and create an environment, an ambiance that can make a room with the inviting feeling, or it can be a room with which is feeling dumped, and then we don't want to stay too long right there because it's just either air quality or all effective combination of those together makes it you want to leave that whole place. Even if you don't leave it, it will affect in your head or your mind sooner or later.
So you had mentioned shapes. So are there particular shapes that people would want to have maybe in certain rooms or just in the home overall? And why would they want those shapes? What's the benefit?
When I say shapes, I'm basically referring to objects. Let's say, for example, you were a surfer all your life, but for some reason, life took you away from that hobby that you had. Or you wanted to be a guitar player but never played, like myself. So what you do is basically that reminds you of that goal that you have, or reminds you of the achievement that you had. You wrote a book, or you create something beautiful in your life, or either painting or whatever you did before. Expose it. Just don't leave it in the corner, and expose it in a way that not only you can see it. Either you want to hang it in the wall, hang it in the ceiling, whatever you want to do, just make it as grand as possible. That by looking at that, it reminds you of the achievement you made, you had, and makes you feeling that you're worth it. You're worth more than what you think. It gives you self-confidence. Not when you have a self-confidence, you know who you are, and as a result, it makes you much more stronger person than if you don't do that.
Right. So are there, like we were talking about negativity with the objects. So are there certain objects that we want to refrain from maybe put in certain rooms that would have more of a negative vibrational frequency?
For example, if you have a bad memory of a scene and you have a photo of that hanging on the wall, that it could be an easy one. Or for example, you got a gift from a person that you don't have a relationship with anymore, and that gift is hanging somewhere in the wall, or in on the top of your TV or something. So get rid of those things that is reminds you, because the energy is back and forth between your mind and the objects around you. So it's like working as like a mirror. That reflects you just, first of all, if you want to create a better version of yourself, you have to clear your mind of all the negativities. It's just not easy to do so, especially when you want to find those all glitches that is sitting in the background of your mind, that it bothers you. It requires a lot of meditation, but the sooner you do, the better. And then you open your, like the same way that you sometimes clean up your room, you have to clean up your mind, you clean up your heart, clean up your some people call it shadow, the shadow that is always following you. So right. You just have to get away from those shadows from your life, either by forgiving them, or forgetting them, or releasing them.
So that would go to, like, if somebody gave you something and then later on you parted ways and it was negative, then you're going to relate that. But what if somebody's going, but I like that, I want to keep it?
There are times that our paradigm wants things that is not good for us as well. Like all of us, we like to eat sugary drinks, but is it good for us? Absolutely not. So there is a time that we get to put a limit in our life. Okay, you know what? I love these things, but if I want to shift my paradigm, I got to control myself. I got to live be on control of my life, not to let my paradigm to be in control of myself. The scientists, they say we are using 95, we are just using 5% of our mind or brain power. That's true because we're always letting our subconscious mind to control our life.
Right.
We are less than 5% letting our conscious mind to be under control. So things that we say, okay, that is what I like, because your subconscious mind conclude that I like that. But if you make a decision that, okay, I will want to be in control, then decide what is a good thing. If it doesn't remind you of something bad, then that's fine. That's
right.
The object that is not relates to anything at all. It just relates to your happiness. I love traveling. This is what I put in behind my screen, in my background. I don't want to have a static picture. You can do that as well. I like to have it, movement. Like that's why I put a TV screen. It shows my sometimes ocean, sometimes different sceneries that I love to be there. So it gives me motivation.
I love that.
You love, for example, you love music. I see a lot of people hanging, the poster of their, have you ever seen the teenagers? That's the best example I always bring in. Teenagers, they are either in the mood of movie or they have an idol for like it's an actor or as a singer, and they put their big huge poster of that person on their wall, and then you go to their room, right. It's like, oh my God, it's so much stuff. I want to bring that teenagers to your life back again. What's wrong with us? What's wrong? Why we have to be so moderate and so conservative? We can show our personality again. We don't have to be following the same thing everybody else does, because the right. magazine or TV, everybody shows us like, yeah, you have to have a beige color in your wall. You have to do no. Express yourself.
Right. So has anybody ever come to you with an idea that they wanted for their house, and then you have to say, you really shouldn't do that color because of this, or this really isn't a good idea? Has that ever happened? A lot?
As a matter of fact, the point is, I don't really put my expression on any person's idea unless I know that person well.
Okay.
And I can feel the person after couple of days or several meetings that we have. So I'm good at psychology. I can understand, I can read people. It's not just that person that is matter, is the family as well. The relationships, if they have a family around, or if this person is single, even is single, what kind of lifestyle they have. So yeah, it happens a lot of time. And we don't go through argument. We go through consultation.
Right.
And sometimes I compromise, sometimes they compromise. At the end of the day, they hire me to give them direction. And it happened many times that I had to say, you know what, this is your house. At the end of the day, I stay quiet and I let you do whatever you want to do.
It sounds to me like you're kind of a little bit of an empath.
Yes, yeah, you can say that.
Well, that makes it really good then in the industry that you're in, because you can feel out people, and then you can also feel the energy of the home. So, and what about when you're designing a home from the ground up? Do you have the same thing where sometimes you're just like, you would be better off putting the bedroom over here because of this, or doing this way?
Not necessarily placing the bedrooms, but especially for finishing, yes. For placing the bedrooms, usually my clients never had any argument as much for that. I mean, there were sometimes they decide among the sizes or location, this kind of things, a little bit here and there. We brainstorm. But there are times that happens that, for example, I'm designing a house for a client that actually is a duplex, and they don't want to spend so much money. At the same time, they thinking, okay, what if I want to sell it afterwards? I don't want to, make it too customized to my personal need, and then later on, we'll have to go through issues to sell it later on. So at that point, I compromise on the finishing, but at the same time, I would not compromise in the how I can make the house bright, I can make it to the point that they can, like, the sizes of the doors or those kind of things. I don't compromise. But yeah, if they want to have everything white to make it dull, just to make sure that everybody else can buy the place, that's up to them.
Right. Because I know, like with our house, I think to myself, why did they do this like this? Why did they place this here? Like our living room, it's like there's a small hallway with the front door, and then there's a fireplace, and there's doors on either side of the fireplace. But when we bought the house, that room was painted a brick red, and it faces west, so it doesn't get a whole lot of light. And it's just like, why would you do this like this? And then why would you paint it brick red? So the first thing we did was we did paint it all white, just so that we could get some brightness in there.
Yeah, it's too much red. They say red has a little bit of an aggressive feeling that gives you feeling more aggressive. I happen to have one of my condos that I was living in, or townhouses I was living, had one wall entirely red, but it was a hallway. It was not affecting as much. I had one wall like shiny red, the other one blue, the other one was like Mexican type, what do you call it?
Terracotta?
Terracotta Adobe type. Okay. Yes. Anyhow, not every houses that has been designed that they're really thought of all the furniture, how to place it anyway. They just build walls that you later on figure out, okay, what they're gonna do with the furniture. That's why most of the people who shift their furniture from one location to other, they have the issue because they, excuse me, the designer or the builder never had that thought that, okay, how I'm going to furnish this. Just they built 4 walls that you make a shelter for you, not a home. Whereas when I design, I always have every single furniture locate in the place that they have to go, which results to best positioning of the furniture. Same thing for bedroom. Every single room of the house, it has to be located properly, that the homeowner usually don't have a chance to change their their furniture location anyway.
Yeah, that's with our bedroom. We only have one place to put the bed. And I don't like that. I wish I had other options. When I was younger, the room I had that I grew up in, I had all kinds of places and options where I could go ahead and put my bed and put my dresser. Where here, it's just like I look at it and I'm like, I'd like to change it up. I'd like to have something different. And it's like, but
the reason that you don't feel comfortable, maybe it's because of the position. Either the position is not good or lighting is not good. There's something that is, you don't feel comfortable right there. Whereas if it was, like for example, I prefer, most of the time I prefer to put the bed in toward the north-south position, so that when you're sleeping, your mind, your brain would be the same level as the north-south magnetic field, so that you can feel more comfortable when you're sleeping. So when you have that comfort, there's no way that you want to change your bed position anymore. There is something wrong with the bed.
My bed is on the south wall, so my head faces south.
You have basically east west. That's why you're facing south. So
I'm sorry.
Your bed is positioned in a east west position, but your face is facing south.
No, my head is on the south wall.
Oh, okay. Then
And
your position,
my feet are pointing north.
which is good. This is a good point because, as I said, your brain wave or brain magnetic field is aligned with north south magnetic field. But there might be something else that is bothering in the room. Either could be the colors, could be the positioning of the window.
Definitely the colors. Definitely the colors. That room needs to be painted really bad. It, which was something.
Sometimes that we can't do anything about the window. We can't change the window location. But what I do is I bring LED lights in. When we don't have anything to do with, we can't do much about the window, then I bring a frame, for example, and or maybe a mirror with LED lights all around it, or even playing a LED light all around the wall somehow, so it become a focal point. So it become a substitute to what is missing right there. So as a result, you don't feel as either claustrophobic or something that is not feeling as comfortable for you that you want to the repositioning your bed.
I mean, I like my room. I feel it's comfortable, it's cozy, but no, I don't like the paint color. We've been here now 12 years.
Oh, okay.
And they're still not painted. The living room got painted because it was that dark brick red. My son's room got painted right away because it was all pink, including the ceiling. So it was like, no, this just has to go. But yeah, no. So what colors should we paint the bedroom? See, I'm going to paint my bedroom.
I don't say.
We were thinking blue. We were thinking blue.
Everything comes back to what it makes you feel comfortable. Of course, you don't want to make it too dark color.
No.
Like, for example, what I see in your dress, I see different shades of blue. The lighter one looks good, and again, blue has very calming effect. If you can combine that blue with some sort of small spots, either it could be a frame or something decorative like orangey or something like that, combine together, makes it much better than just flat one color.
Well, we were thinking
you have to have it. Go ahead.
We actually picked out the paint. That's the thing. We never bought it, but it is a powder blue. So it's a very light blue, but then we also had picked out kind of like a blue gray. And again, because the house doesn't get a lot of light, I don't want dark colors on the walls.
I personally do a lot of light cream or light yellowish to bring more brightness, but at the same time, the wall color would be the background. What makes it standing out is objects that you're hanging on the wall or adding on the wall. It could be wallpaper. For example, I did my wife's room last year or a couple of years ago when she went to Mexico. I surprised her. It was very similar to the light blue with the gray. It has a little gray and greeny taste on it, or basically was that tonality. And then what I did is there were some stickers that it shows like a tree branches. I had those ones on the top, so that mixed with that, like it bring the feeling of those cherry blossoms, and then the leaves together, so it made it standing out from the background. So as I said, envision that your paint color is your background, and whatever you're adding on top has to stand out from there.
Right. So are you able to help people virtually
Oh yeah, a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm really I welcome everybody who is listening to this podcast to if they have questions, communicate with you so we can I can answer their questions via email or even Zoom call. I would be happy to help, and even if they want to buy my book, it's easy. It's beyond-age.com, beyond-ages.com. Sorry.
We'll put the link in the bottom in the
Yeah.
description.
So, and any questions they have, they can communicate with you, and we go from there.
So what is your website? And what, if they go to your website, can they see examples of your work?
Oh,
Of
yes. Oh,
previous clients you work with?
Yes. My website address is myhomedesigner.com. And for your client today, I'm offering a free guideline how if you want to start a renovation, or you want to build a house. Let me see if I have that guide here. I don't think I have it. The link for that is myhomedesigner.com/POP, project optimization plan. That it helps you to ask questions that from yourself, that what is important for you, and it helps you to guide you through the process, who you have to hire and what you got to do to start your project. So it helps you generally to get a better understanding of what you need to know to start your project. It's nothing to do with the interior design. It's general if you want to get into construction, basically.
So it's like if you want to do a remodel.
Yes.
Okay.
The link is myhomedesigner.com/POP.
All right. And I'll include that in the description, so you don't need to worry about that. Is there anything that you would like to leave the listening audience with?
First thing, I want to let everybody know that I run through a journey in my life that it helped me to how to find myself. Finding myself means that where I am at the moment and where I'm going to go to get to where I want to go. I was living my life for years, and I never thought that where is my direction until the point that I hired a business and personal coach that directed me. So I have to have a goal. I have to have a direction in my life. If you don't get that direction in your life, you're just living day by day and you don't really enjoy your life. You might feel that you're okay, but life is a journey, and we got to be the captain of our journey. And the best way to make that become a captain of our journey is know our destination. And every minute, everything that comes to us, when you have that vision, then you have a goal to go, and you enjoy every minute. Everything that happens to you, you take it as a positive point toward your goal.
I love that. So if you have a goal, we should put objects around that are geared to that goal, so that'll help motivate us.
Exactly.
And keep it in the forefront of our mind.
Exactly.
That's great.
Did it.
That's great. I love it so much. Aryo, thank you so much for being with me today. I greatly appreciate your time. And if anybody has any questions for Aryo, I'll leave his website address and whatnot in the description, and you can just contact him directly. So if you're starting a new path in your life to where, like as you said, you're going to be an empty nester, go ahead and hit him up. Maybe he can give you some ideas as to what you want to do. Do you do free consultations?
Yes, yeah, of course, yeah.
And he does free consultations. Yay.
How you can expect me to hire, or how somebody can expect that we are a good match with each other if I don't give a free consultation. It's a both sides work. If I have to find out if that person who wants to hire me is the right person for me. The same story the other way around. So that free consultation gives the opportunity to understand if you're the right match. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time either.
Right, right, exactly. Well, Aryo, I've enjoyed so much talking to you today.
Thank you.
You've enlightened me, and I'm going to go through my house and find out which objects I can really do without. That might be affecting my energy, because we don't need that. There's too many other things in this world that affect our energy. So why should it be in the house, right?
Exactly.
All right, Ariel, thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate your time. And thank you for listening and watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, hit the bell if you're listening on YouTube. And just remember to keep on shining.